Yo, Sanjay Uche here, people. Bring you my review on Dragon Ball Super episode 102. I literally just got done watching the episode a bit later than usual, unfortunately. I apologize for that. But let's get right into it. So, honestly, my first impressions coming off this episode is that I definitely loved it. Of course, as usual, these episodes they continue to advance the plot, so that's a plus. This episode really centered around Universe 7 mainly versus Universe 2, or at least Universe 2 shaking up the battlefield, shaking up the tournament of power, essentially showcasing what they can do, specifically the three magical girl characters, which include Ribrianne, Sanka, and Sue. That's their regular names. Or Brienne the Chateau would be a regular name in a regular form. You get the point. You watch the episode. I must say, like the pacing of this episode was pretty decent. Um, Even though I thought it would have been dragged out, considering that the transformation scene, that magical girl transformation scene we got it twice in the episode, but surprisingly, the second half of the episode makes up for it. And even though it kind of seemed like it dragged on in the first half with the repeated transformation sequence, I still found it completely hilarious. So that was pretty good for them to actually make the parts that are dragging on hilarious, but in the second half make up for it by having, we have a lot going on. Vegeta versus Ribrianne, we have 17 coming in there, we have Goku there, a bit of Jiren there, a bit of Universe 7 characters there. So that was definitely good. I definitely love the characterization in this episode. Reason being is that the characterization has its solid points and definitely the points where the show is self-aware and making fun of itself, as well as making reference to the magical girl genre. Now, stick with me here. The solid points is that I love that we see Gohan definitely continuing his role in being the leader of Universe 7. So that was definitely good. His decision to have them basically split up and act independently for now, I think I'm I, I'm still kind of contemplating if that was a good move. It was cool to see, considering that the fighting stage is in chaos, so I guess going off on your own wouldn't be too bad. But the merit here is that Gohan being a leader, that was definitely good. I definitely loved Android 17 in this episode, his characterization. He definitely the cool stoic persona. Even though Beerus at one point mentions that all of them are pretty stoic, but whatever. But 17 in this episode, his characterization, I loved it. I didn't have a problem with 17 as a character before. I thought it was always cool, but like this episode kind of pushes it up to the next level for me. I definitely like him even more. So that was cool. Little things like him interrupting the transformation sequence of the Universe 2 girls there. Him just being nonchalant, holding back, just being it's not even him being arrogant or cocky, but it's just the execution of his character and how he handled the situation in this episode regarding the fight with the magical girls. It was just entertaining. Entertainment at its finest to me, honestly. It was just cool to see. It was totally refreshing. I loved it. Of course, the art in this episode was pretty decent from start to finish. There were some wonky shots here and there, but even those weren't bad. The choreography, I must say, we finally get back that sequence from the opening with Vegeta versus Ribrianne, but honestly, it didn't. It kind of just went by so fast. It went by much faster than how it's portrayed in the opening. It doesn't really take you out of the episode much at all, really. So it was good. Of course, the animation was decent. There were some stiff moments, like the part where after this sequence of Vegeta and Ribrianne, and Vegeta's just kind of sliding back. He kind of just looks. I don't know. Right there, just it didn't look fluid to me right there. But the animation that Pixar far in between, honestly speaking. I mean, the decent animation with the consistent art from majority of the episode definitely sold it for me as well. Um, I definitely there weren't any problems with the power scaling, so that was pretty good too. I like how they portray each character. Vegeta versus Rebrand Super Saiyan, I didn't have a problem. Android 17 there. I don't think he went full power, but he used more power than against Goku, I think, based on the dialogue. But it wasn't too bad. Um, Honestly, the episode was definitely one. Let me just kind of just get into some interesting tidbits here because I've kind of covered like the basics of this review. So Android 17 interrupting interrupting the transformation sequence. That is absolutely funny because the cliche Dragon Ball thing where characters kind of just stand and let other characters do what they want in terms of transformation. He's transformed, you can attack him, why not do that? And it was funny seeing Android 17 do that and then have the other characters scolding Android 17 for it. It was kind of like that Yamcha episode where the writers are basically self-aware of all the cliches of the franchise at this point. So it was kind of like breaking the fourth wall. Should I say that? I don't know, but it was definitely fun to see. I love that. I mean, we had Topo, we had Goku, we had who else? It was just ridiculous. Um, I think another minor nitpick is Universe 2's Goddess of Destruction, Heres. Hope I pronounced that right. Like every time the Universe 2 girls would do something, she comments. That was a bit annoying, but I worked with it. It was a bit annoying though, but whatever. Of course, I mentioned as well that this episode does kind of parody the whole magical girl transformation sequence. We know in of these transformation, these these shows where transformations are key, like say Sailor Moon or Power Rangers, the characters always seem like they have this bag of time for transformations really and truly, and it kind of makes us the viewers feel like the guys they're going against are just standing and letting them do this. So it was funny. Definitely a comedic episode. It's well structured at the end of the day. Um, yeah, so definitely a solid episode for me personally. I do like Android 17. I like the fact that he really performed in this episode, knocking out two Universe 2 guys, and we had Ribrian knocking off one Universe 10 guy, so there was that. Um, but yeah, definitely a solid episode. Definitely loved it. Let me know what you thought about the episode in the comment section below. If there's anything I missed, let me know. We can discuss it in the comment section. Oh yeah, last thing I believe, the fact that it's 39 minutes, like, Lev, it's kind of ridiculous. It's insane. But I'm pretty sure by the time it goes on to the final fighters, we'll see that the time moves way faster. But whatever. So it's just ridiculous, honestly speaking. But I do like the fact that the more people drop out, the tournament feels more focused. And I know that people might say, it's kind of ridiculous they're fighting for the universe, but everybody's just so. Why are we getting such a comedic episode such as this? Honestly, I can understand the complaints where that's concerned, but granted, yeah, it should be more serious. But I mean, it's Dragon Ball. Super has proven that it's a decent mixture of the original Dragon Ball in terms of ridiculous comedy and mixing the serious aspect. I'm sure the tournament will heat up in terms of that tone, that serious tone that people are craving. So there's that. But anyway, let me know what you thought about this review. Rate, comment, subscribe. Remember, it helps me out. I appreciate every single one of you that support the channel. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next one.